And now the news has come that even the basic medicines like paracetamol that we are taking are not able to pass the quality test. In such a situation, what should a person
When a
do?
Chinese person falls sick, he first takes Chinese medicine, and only when it doesn't help, then he takes allopathic medicine, which has side effects.
He was taking allopathic medicine, but we gave him Ayurvedic medicine and we saw an amazing change or benefit.
There are hundreds and thousands of patients whose dialysis has reduced.
If someone's kidney is 90% damaged and they come under Ayurvedic treatment, then what are the chances of their kidney getting better?
There is a test called renal scan DTPA, which very few nephrologists recommend. In this test, we check how much the kidney is filtering per minute.
And what are the diseases on which Ayurveda is giving excellent results?
Anyone comes anywhere and starts saying that this is Ayurvedic, start using it. But that is not Ayurveda. Many people don't even know what to eat and what not to eat with most of the people. Let's talk about water first. I'll share some more things about it.
Tell us, we have not even learned how to drink water properly. Yet I see people on social media giving endless advice. I was watching a video that said our body is not even designed to eat 3 times a day. If we get food, we should eat. It's a big deal. So, what does Ayurveda say about eating system?
See, our Ayurveda works in a highly scientific manner. Sugar is actually a type of white poison. Sulfur is used in sugar, the same sulfur that is used in firecracker factories. But what are we doing? We are drinking coffee in summers, we are drinking coffee in every season, having 2 cups a day, which is harmful to the body.
Can kidney problems be detected by observing certain signs? Does the body shows changes, or can we understand in daily life that something is wrong inside us?
Now, what does the Samved say? You can adulterate milk, inject chemicals into various food items, and even adulterate the yogurt. Packaged foods are already full of chemicals, so they are adulterated, but you just cannot adulterate the coconut water.
Gym is good for keeping the body fit, but are supplements like protein shakes harmful?
See, what happens is,
What are the symptoms that indicate the liver is struggling inside? How can one detect it? People are suddenly collapsing due to heart strokes and heart attacks with no chance of recovery. People are dying within minutes. Why has this increased so much recently, and what can be done about it?
there are small reasons behind this.
In some video, it was mentioned that all animals in the world only drink their mother's milk and no other milk, whereas humans consume milk from other sources, which is harmful to our body. Is that true?
See, we have been drinking milk for a very long time now. If you practice fasting during that period, meaning you don't eat anything and observe a fast, then you will not get a fever at all.
Namaskar. A very warm welcome to our special show, Top Angle with Sushant Sinha. Top Angle is where we look at any topic from a higher perspective so that we can understand it on a broader level. Many questions that don't have any easy answers often become clearer when viewed from a top angle. Today, in Top Angle, we will try to analyze our lifestyle and the diseases that have surrounded us from all sides. We can understand all these things on our channel. Every year, millions of kidney patients are emerging in the country. Many people are suffering from heart disease, and some are even collapsing due to sudden heart attacks. So many such alarming health issues are happening. And reports have surfaced that even the basic medicines like paracetamol, which we take regularly, are failing quality tests. In such a situation, what should a person do? Can fake medicines be identified? Can these diseases be prevented? And there is an alternative treatment beyond allopathy for these ailments. Today we will examine this topic from a top angle with the Dr. Puneet. He is a Ayurvedic doctor and we can say a fifth generation practitioner in the field of Ayurveda.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
And you have your own Karma Ayurveda
Yes.
setup, including a
Yes.
hospital and clinic
Yeah.
specifically focused on kidney
For
treatment.
kidney treatment too, thank you so much, Sushanji, for inviting me to the show. Our treatment is not just for kidneys but also for other diseases like diabetes, blood pressure, thyroid, or whatever diseases are on the rise. There are heart problems, liver issues, and even cancer patients see significant improvement. So, we look at all the diseases from a very holistic perspective. We'll discuss an alternative approach beyond allopathy.
Absolutely, you are right. And the common belief among people is that if they take an allopathic medicine, then everything will be fine. It's like in martial arts. If someone has a belt in karate, people assume that allopathy is the black belt. And Ayurveda might be the brown or orange belt.
Or maybe
Is
a
that true?
white
If
belt.
Ayurveda is just getting started, how does
Absolutely.
Ayurveda actually
This
work?
is exactly the mindset. The first instinct when someone falls sick is to go to an allopathic doctor only. If the doctor says nothing can be done now, you only have 10-15 days left, then people turn to Ayurveda as a last resort that let's see what happens there. The problem is that allopathy is considered the mainstream approach while Ayurveda is labeled as an alternative medicine. Whereas in China, the mindset is completely opposite. When a Chinese person falls sick, then he goes and takes the Chinese medicine. And only if that medicine does not work, then they opt for allopathic medicine, which comes with side effects. Another common belief among people is that a doctor who prescribes 10 medicines is who cures me with 10 medicines is actually considered great. The one who prescribes 4-5 medicines is still acceptable, but a doctor who cures without any medicine is thought to be a fool. So this needs to change.
Oh, many times Ayurvedic practitioners are not even considered doctors. People think of them as some quack, like what can an Ayurveda practitioner even do? But you have
Yes.
been practicing Ayurveda for 5 generations, uh, treating people and helping them heal.
Hmm.
From what you have seen in these 5 generations, has people's trust in Ayurveda increased?
See, what is Ayurveda? Ayurveda is my identity. But Ayurveda itself does not need any recognition. It existed before me and it will remain after me as well. People often ask, since when has Ayurveda been around? The truth is, it has been practiced for ages now. I have seen this in my own home, in my family. When we used to prepare medicines by hand, the results were incredibly effective all the time. When we provide customized Ayurvedic medicines to patients, the results are remarkable. And I have seen that from my own eyes. Learning Ayurveda is one thing, but seeing patients recover takes your belief in it to another level. So my belief in Ayurveda has come through the experiences which I have seen.
Can you share an example from allopathic medicines? But when given Ayurvedic treatment, they experience a remarkable improvement.
There are countless such cases. I have been practicing for almost 10 years now, and I have seen numerous patients recover with Ayurveda. Many diabetic patients who were dependent on medicines or allopathic medicine and insulin have reduced their insulin intake, and some have even completely reversed diabetes, and some have even completely recovered.
Ayurveda said,
Yes, we have many patients, and we even have videos available on YouTube showcasing their progress, especially kidney patients who often lose hope. They get exhausted and frustrated because they undergo dialysis twice or even thrice in a week. Eventually, doctors tell them that a kidney transplant is the only option. So, this becomes a never ending cycle when a patient goes in allopathy. However, when such patients come to us, we have seen a reduction in their dialysis frequency. For instance, a patient who required dialysis thrice a week, now he needs it twice. Then he needs it only once a week. Now, this is how, in many cases, there are hundreds and thousands of patients whose dialysis has decreased, those who were told about dialysis. Now let's talk about kidney transplants. It is an extremely complicated process. First you need to arrange a donor kidney, then arrange a large sum of money, go through government formalities, and even after all of that, the average lifespan of a transplanted kidney is just 5 years. That's all. It means you go through all of this trouble removing your old kidney, you get a new one, and it only works for 5 years. Additionally, transplant patients have to take immunosuppressant medications to reduce immunity. Why? Because the body sees the new kidney as a foreign organ, so it might reject it, so medications to reduce your immunity. So now, because of these kind of medicines, along with this, you must follow strict precautions, avoid public places for 6 months, avoid certain foods, cannot use public restrooms, must take extreme care of their health. So now there are many precautions which are to be taken. Some kidneys may last longer, but ultimately transplanted kidneys fail. Now, if modern medical advancements still cannot repair your original kidney. Now, this is something to think about. How can they ensure the success of a foreign kidney? It's not possible. The people are not able to think about it
so
properly.
does Ayurveda do it? Suppose I say that if someone's kidney is 90% damaged and they come under Ayurvedic treatment, then what are the chances of the kidney getting cured?
Look, 90% kidney, the GFR of the kidney, which is the glomerular filtration rate, the filtering capacity of the kidney, is said to be approximately 90 ml per minute. If 90% is damaged, it means our kidney is filtering only 8 ml or 7 ml in a minute where it is supposed to filter 90 ml. Now, if it's filtering 7 to 8 ml, it means the person has become dialysis patient. Dialysis is required when the kidney filters less than 15 ml. The protocol for dialysis is 25 ml, but many times it is not needed until 15 ml. Now, if someone's kidney is functioning at 10%, it means they are either undergoing dialysis or they need it. In such cases, we provide case-to-case medicines. It's not like giving the same medicines to everyone, like how fever is treated with standard medicines or some medicines are given that are not at all effective. A recent report has also showed that some medicines are not even working. So we are focusing on customized medicines. If someone is undergoing dialysis 3 times, we reduce it to 2 times, then to 1 time. There is a test called renal scan DTPA, which is recommended by very few nephrologists. In this test, we see how much each kidney is filtering per minute, how much the right kidney is filtering and how much the left kidney is filtering. And then we repeat this same test after 3 whole months. The GFR improvement after 3 months is right in front of us. Before and after reports are visible. Also, everyone can see how things are getting better. So dialysis is reduced on a scientific basis. If someone's creatinine is high, then it will take lesser time. If someone is already on dialysis, that means they are in the 5th stage of CKD. First, they will be brought to the 4th stage, then to the 3rd stage, then gradually there will be an improvement, so it will take more time.
Alright, and suppose someone is not yet at dialysis stage but has realized that their kidney is getting affected. Can Ayurveda prevent them from reaching dialysis? Can it save them?
There is another protocol of dialysis which depends on the symptoms a patient is experiencing. For example, if someone has swelling in the stomach, swelling in the legs, or has difficulty breathing while they are lying down. See, when fluid accumulates in the legs when the patient lies down, this fluid moves to the lungs, and this water in the lungs causes breathing difficulty. In such cases, dialysis may be done temporarily to stabilize the body. But long-term dialysis may not be required if the patient's GFR is tested before and after the treatment and it keeps improving. So, medicines, diet, yoga, acupressure, meditation, all these factors work together in synergy. When a patient comes to us, they are properly guided step by step. Along with this, there is one thing which is very important is the patient's discipline. If we tell a patient what to eat and what to avoid, but at home they are eating samosas and pakoras. So it is very important that all the things we say are actually followed by the patient, and that too always. Whatever is told to the patient, he actually follows it. This is called pragya aparadh, a deliberate mistake, wherein I know I should not eat this, but my 2.5-inch tongue will not listen to me. How should I control this? So I will need to understand the path of taste is different from the path of health. Now the patient must decide which path is to be followed. Both paths cannot go together. One leads to disease and the other leads to health.
Alright, doctor, please also tell us about the common perception of allopathy, which is that it does not cure but only suppresses the symptoms. Later, when the effect of the medicine wears off, the symptoms tend to resurface in the most cases. How does Ayurveda work? Suppose we take Ayurvedic medicine. What is its working system and what is its approach?
Look, if we talk about allopathy, the medicines we take, whether they are for BP or sugar or thyroid, none of these medicines are actually designed to cure the disease that we have. Or even other medicines, they only maintain the condition, gradually increasing the dosage of the medicine over time. This is generally observed and you can also see it around you. Eventually, the disease reaches a stage where complications develop in it. Diabetic nephropathy, hypertensive nephropathy, and neuropathy emerge as complications of diabetes and hypertension. So, there is no actual medicine that truly cures the disease. It suppresses it rather than eliminating from the root. Where does Ayurveda focus? Ayurveda focuses on treating the disease from its root. We consider the entire body holistically, adopting a holistic approach. If your mind, your brain, your psychology controls your body's physiology, therefore we approach the body as a whole. In allopathy, there is an organ-based approach. If you have a kidney problem, then you will be given a kidney medicine. If there is a diabetes, then diabetes medicine will be given. This is a significant difference between Ayurveda and allopathy. Since Ayurveda believes in working from the root cause, we incorporate all aspects holistically, including yoga for the patient and meditation recommendations as well. One thing I always tell my patients is that every morning when you wake up, express gratitude to God. People say we haven't received anything, so why should we be grateful? Why should we express gratitude to God? But you have seen a new morning, right? Around 2.5 lakh people did not get to see the morning. So for this only, you should be grateful to God just for this one thing. If you begin with even the small habit, it can reduce problems like Parkinson's and dementia as well. But we all are fixated on what we don't have. Instead, focus on what we have. Today, many people watching this video have smartphones in their hands, while many others do not. Many people have food to eat, which itself is something to be grateful for, as there are many people who don't have food. If we start following such small things in line with Ayurveda, they can create a very big difference over time.
If we try to understand Ayurveda a little more, the medicines made in Ayurveda come entirely from natural resources. Many people believe that Ayurveda takes a long time to show effects. Is it true that Ayurveda works very slowly?
See, Ayurveda focuses on curing from the root, something no other pathy is able to do. And this belief that Ayurveda is slow, it is actually very effective in many diseases, delivering timely results. But if you truly want to heal something from the root, even if it takes longer, I think that is a good thing. Because you are not carrying a disease in your body for a very long time. And you are not consuming chemical based medicines which will have side effects in the future for you. So even if it is slow in some cases and it is curing from the root, I believe that is a very,
I
very
think
good
it is
thing.
beneficial, meaning it might take time, but it fully cures the disease.
Absolutely, yes.
And if I want to understand which disease Ayurveda gives outstanding results for, what would they be?
Ayurveda is a holistic science that follows the principle of swasthasya swasthya rakshanam aturasya vikar prashmanam cha, meaning Ayurveda is the only system that focuses on preventing diseases before they even occur. Ayurveda is a sub-Ved of Atharva Ved. There are more than 100 different pathis worldwide, but they all focus on treating diseases after you fall sick. Ayurveda, on the other hand, if followed properly, ensures that you don't fall ill. It helps you to stay healthy, that you may never need medications at all.
What can we follow in Ayurveda?
There are small yet powerful principles. Most people get confused about what Ayurveda actually is. It is about principles. It is a system based on fundamental concepts. If you follow those, that is Ayurveda. Nowadays, people come up with all sorts of claims saying something is Ayurveda and asking you to start using it. But that is not Ayurveda. Ayurveda is about principles. A simple example, many people have a habit of drinking water. Immediately, they eat their food. They eat food and immediately have water. I think a lot of people do this around us. Ayurveda has a simple principle about this. That is bhojanante visham vari, which means that drinking water immediately after a meal is like consuming poison. You consumed food and immediately had water after it. So think of a fire in a kitchen. It is used to cook food. Similarly, our stomach has a digestive fire which is called Jatar Agni. Jatar means stomach, Agni means fire, which helps digest food. Now, as soon as we had food, it starts the digesting process. This is an automatic process of digesting our food. Now, we put water on it. Now, what will happen if you put water on the fire which is making food?
Food will not be made.
Food will not be made, and now if we put water on this fire, then food will not be digested. And hence, bhojanante visham vari, I think it is important and should be followed by everyone.
So how long should we for drinking
There
water?
should be a 45-minute gap after eating before drinking water. In case of an emergency like food is getting stuck, then it's different. Else, if you feel very thirsty, you can drink small amounts in between your meals. The best practice is to drink water half an hour to 45 minutes before your meal.
So you mentioned that Ayurveda has certain rules that it followed can help a lot, like the water drinking rule you just explained. What other factors can we incorporate into our daily life to reduce the chances of falling sick?
Many people don't even know what to eat and what not to eat. Let's first talk about a bit more about water consumption. One important rule is that water should always be drunk while sitting, not while standing. But what do most people do? They gulp down water in one go, which is the wrong way to drink water. Water should always be sipped slowly while sitting.
What happens if we drink water while
That's
sitting?
a very scientific question. When we drink water while standing, the gravitational force of our body pulls it straight down towards our legs. However, when we drink water while we are sitting, the gravitational force directs it towards the navel, the abdomen, aiding in proper digestion and absorption. This ensures that water functions optimally in our body. Another key point is to sip water slowly rather than just gulping it down all at once. Our mouth contains salivary glands that work 24/7 without a break, whether it's Holi, Diwali, Sunday, every day is a working day for them. When we sip water slowly, it stays in the mouth for a bit, allowing it to mix with saliva before entering the stomach. We do it right and left, and then the water goes inside. Water gets mixed with saliva. Our stomach contains hydrochloric acid HCl, which is highly acidic. On the other hand, saliva is alkaline. When alkaline saliva mixes with acidic environment, it neutralizes the acid. This significantly reduces acidity problems and improves the digestion problems of the people. Some people might argue that this method takes too much time, but think about it. Would you rather spend time drinking water the right way or suffer from health problems that take even longer to fix?
You are right. On
Exactly.
average, if someone is drinking a glass of water, how long should they take? 30 seconds, 40 seconds? Should it be done very
The
slowly?
kidney filters around 90 ml per minute. Based on Ayurveda, you should ideally drink around 100 ml of water at one time. Then take another short break before drinking again. You can wait for about 2 to 4 minutes before taking another sip. Another important point about water is for those who drink it first thing in the morning. This is a great practice if you drink water while sitting in a squatting position. It helps the body. The body has 5 types of air: pran, apan, udan, saman, and vyan. These help regulate bodily functions along with 72,000 energy channels. When you drink 2 glasses of water in a squatting position in the morning, it creates a lock between pran vayu and apan vayu. This helps regulate energy flow in the body.
You mean sitting with legs folded
Yes,
backward?
exactly. When you sit in a squatting position with your knees drawn close to your
Yes.
chest, similar to Indian toilet position, and drink water, it creates
Okay.
a lock or a band in the body. When you stand up after this, your intestines get cleansed more effectively. Our digestive system processes food, but some waste often remains stuck in the intestines. Drinking water in this posture helps flush out the waste. It's an excellent practice for maintaining the gut health. So, to stay healthy, drink 2 glasses of water first thing in the morning in a squatting position, but don't drink more than 100 ml in one go. Take small sips, wait for a bit, and then drink again.
We have not even learned the right way to drink water. Yet, people all over the world are busy giving knowledge through Instagram reels. Everyone has become a doctor and a scholar in these reels. But it's good that Ayurveda is teaching us how to drink water properly. Hopefully, people will learn something from this. Now, let's talk about food. With today's lifestyle, what does Ayurveda say about eating? When and how should we eat? There are some different opinions. Some say eat every 2 hours, especially if you go to the gym. Others recommend intermittent fasting. I even saw videos saying that our body is not designed for 3 meals a day. We should eat only when we get food, like ancient times. What does Ayurveda say about this? Can you please elaborate this topic, Dr. Puneet?
See, Ayurveda is a highly scientific and aligns with the natural rhythm of the body, which follows the sun. Why are people so unhealthy today? Let's go back in time around 1851. India's population was about 30 to 40 crore, and 4 out of 5 people were healthy. Today, with 140 crore people, 4 out of 5 people are unhealthy in our country. So, what is the biggest reason for this? If we go even further back to the time of Charak and Sushrut, when Ayurveda was being documented, diseases were rare, the environment was pure, the air and water were clean, and people were naturally very healthy. But now everything we consume is adulterated. There's no doubt that a lot of food is processed and impure today. However, if we follow a few dietary rules, we can still maintain our very good health. One of the key Ayurvedic principles is that do not eat after sunset and do not eat before sunrise. Just as universe is governed by sun, moon and air, our bodies function based on 3 doshas: Vat, Pitta and Kapha. Our body is designed to work in sync with the sun, but today we are doing Absolutely the opposite. For example, I often ask food delivery workers about their busiest hours. They tell me mornings are slow, but nights are packed with orders. People are eating late at night, going completely against Ayurveda. The more we move away from our own Ayurvedic principles, the closer we
What
move toward
happens inside
diseases.
the body when we eat at night?
Our body's digestive fire, Jatar Agni, functions according to the sun. After sunset, the body does not require any food because the digestive fire slows down. If we eat after the sunset happens, the food will not digest properly and will turn into toxins from undigested food. According to Ayurveda, is like poison. It is responsible for more than 100 diseases. Undigested food leads to increased cholesterol, high uric acid, and various toxins accumulating in the body. The root cause of all these diseases, all these health issues, is an unhealthy lifestyle and poor diet. If we follow some very basic principles, it can greatly benefit our eating habits. Now, the number one principle is when to eat food, and number two principle is what to eat. Many people consume fast food and junk food, which have absolutely no nutritional benefits. It has no benefit for our body. A major concern today is excess sugar consumption. People consume sugar in almost everything: sweets, buttermilk, lassi, soft drink. Now, what does sugar provide? Does it have vitamins? No. Does it contain essential mineral? Does it have protein, phosphorus, or magnesium? Our body requires 19 essential nutrients, but sugar provides none of them. It is the second most addictive substance after cocaine. Now understand this, the second most addictive substance. The high consumption of sugar is a very, very serious problem. It is often referred to as the white poison for this very reason. Refined sugar contains sulfur, which is also used in the fireworks. Therefore, it is extremely harmful for the people. This sulfur is used in fireworks factories. Just understand this fact. Reducing sugar intake is very essential for good health and weight loss. Instead of sugar, one can use khand or raw sugar or shakkar, which is unrefined sugar. Now, many people who are trying to reduce weight, this will help in it. If a person stops consuming sugar and switches to khand or shakkar for just 1 week, they will notice a remarkable improvement.
What is the difference between shakkar and chini?
You see, refined sugar, that is chini, is made through a very complicated process that actually involves multiple refinements and chemical purification. If you pass by a sugar mill, you'll notice a strong foul smell due to heavy use of chemicals. On the other hand, shakkar, that is unrefined sugar, is made using a simple process from sugarcane juice without any chemical treatment. That's why refined sugar is very toxic for the human body. Earlier, people in India did not consume refined sugar. The British introduced refined sugar when they came into India. Before that, people did not use sugar or drink tea.
That time we used shakkar.
Yes, they used to have
Or
shakkar.
they consumed jaggery.
Yes, they used jaggery. It is also a very good alternative. These were the natural sweeteners people used. And today people say they can't have a proper bowel movement without having tea.
Nowadays, tea and coffee both are so common. What is the effect of tea and coffee on kidneys?
See, tea and coffee have become our addiction. When we mix tea leaves, milk and sugar, we turn it into a poison and then we name it tea. This is actually a type of toxin that we consume. As for coffee, it contains caffeine, which increases the heart rate. Now, if you look at the temperature in India, except for 1 or 2 places, we don't have extreme cold. Even if the temperature is cold, it lasts just for a month or two. If you drink coffee occasionally in cold weather, it can regulate your heart rate. But we drink coffee even in hot weather. We drink it in every weather. We drink it twice a day in every season. This is harmful. If you're living in Kashmir, where it's very cold, or in Switzerland, Paris, or in other cold countries, drinking coffee makes sense. But in India, where 5 out of 6 seasons are very hot, here the weather is completely different from those cold countries. Excessive coffee consumption is harmful in such an area. It increases heart rate and pulse and negatively affects the multiple organs in our body. It does not have any benefits.
Even black coffee also?
Yes, even black coffee. Coffee is simply not meant for our climate. People are also eating pasta and they say it's delicious, but it is made by mixing milk and salt, which is a wrong food combination, viruddh ahar, according to the Ayurveda. I've tasted it, I also liked it, but then when I studied its effects, it's a viruddh ahar.
What is viruddh ahar?
According to Ayurveda, certain foods should never be eaten together because their combination becomes harmful for the body.
Like what?
For example, milk and yogurt should not be consumed together. Fish and yogurt should not be eaten together, or milk and fish should not be eaten. One very common food in North India that people unknowingly consume but should not be consumed,
What?
that is curry pakoda. It is made by heating yogurt or curd. Now, the natural nature of curd is already hot according to Ayurveda, but when we heat it further, it becomes sanskar virudh, processed in a wrong way. This leads to 10 different health issues. However, curry pakoda is very popular in the North Indian region and people consume it without realizing that heated curd is harmful as poison for the body. It is very bad for our health.
Really?
Yes, absolutely. We should immediately stop consuming it because heating curd alters its properties, making it an incompatible food. It is the food which is in a wrong combination.
In general, we hear that the curd is very normal and it is very healthy for the body, but you are saying that curd is actually hot in nature. Is that true?
Yes, curd is very beneficial for the body. It is great for our gut health as it promotes good bacteria in the stomach. But there are certain rules and precautions for consuming the curd. Eat curd only during the daytime, preferably in afternoon. Never consume curd at night. It increases kapha dosh, which can lead to mucus formation and respiratory issues. If you have taken any kind of antibiotics, then consume curd for 15 days. It will help restore the gut bacteria, the good bacteria in your body. It will be very beneficial for
Okay.
you. The best curd is the one set in an earthen pot, that is a mitti ka matka. This is one thing which is very beneficial if we form curd in a mitti ka matka. On the other hand, store-bought curd is pasteurized, which kills the beneficial bacteria. The one which is made in home, that is the best kind of curd for us. Now there is one more precaution, one more rule with curd. Never mix curd with salt or sugar. If you add these, it loses the benefits.
Oh,
Yes, when you add salt or sugar to curd, it is done for the taste, right? But in the process, you ruin the curd because the good bacteria die when you add sugar or salt. Yes,
really?
due to salt or sugar, because they are refined salt and sugar we use today. They
Right.
contain chemicals which kill the good bacteria. The curd should always be eaten plain. For the benefits, curd should be set in an earthen pot because it retains its natural properties and
So can
improves
we eat
digestion.
curd with
Yes,
jaggery
jaggery is
instead
very
of
good for
chini?
health. You can have curd with jaggery because it is made with a natural way. It does not have chemicals.
But chemical is also in jaggery, so we cannot do anything.
Yes, if we
Yes,
get
if we
pure
get
natural jaggery
natural
made
jaggery.
from sugarcane juice, then it is best to be consumed with curd.
So, doctor, you say that coffee is not good for Indians, but I have seen many doctors saying that coffee is beneficial and should be consumed. Now, whom should people believe? You or them? What we can do?
That's a great question. Even I watch videos and sometimes ponder, is Ayurveda really correct or not? The problem is that anyone can claim something is Ayurvedic without understanding the actual science or principles behind the claim, that whether it's this or that or take that. Before accepting any claim, we must verify its authenticity. Is it truly Ayurvedic, or is the claim just labeled as such? Is the person promoting it educated in Ayurveda? Now, Ayurveda does not mention coffee specifically, but we must understand that coffee is not native to India. It does not belong to this place. We should understand this, that we take a lot of things. We should understand that the diet which we consume, it should not be international in nature or blindly following Western food trends. We eat hot dogs, cold drinks, pizzas, burgers. All these things are eaten in European or Western countries. They adopt this kind of fast food because of their fast lifestyle. They do not have the time to consume food properly, and we eat it like a luxury meal. The truth is, Western countries don't have many food options, but we do have many options. But we blindly copy them. I think they don't even have 10% of what we have. Now, we were talking about the diet, the food we consume. We should not think it as international food or not even as a national food. You see, there are various regions in our country. We have Gujarat, we have Rajasthan, where the air is very hot, or in Chennai, where the air is very wet. So the diet should never be national.
So, diet should be reason based.
Yes, diet should always be local.
Local vibe?
Your diet should always be local, based on the climate and the environment where you live, the air that is around us. That's how our diet should be. It suits our body, and that is what keeps it healthy. But now that we are trapped in national and international diets, but we keep forgetting our own traditional foods. Unfortunately, when a foreigner comes and says that Ayurveda is the best, then our people believe that Ayurveda is the best.
No, I think ever since Modi ji came to power, people's faith in Ayurveda has grown. Ayurveda culture is increased. Before that, Ayurveda was almost considered irrelevant. But now its culture is expanding. But help me understand something. When we talk about Ayurveda and try to understand it, what about disease? Some disease are, for example, let's talk about the kidneys, and like some kidneys are problematic. If there is an issue with the kidneys, can we identify it based on bodily changes? Can we sense that something is wrong in daily life?
See, the Samved says that we ourselves are a part of God, meaning we have a superpower within us. We can recognize our own illnesses, and we also have the capacity to heal ourselves to a large extent as well. Our body gives signals when there is a problem or a disease, and we also feel something is wrong. For example, let's take when we have fever. 2 days before you get a fever, your body already knows that fever is coming. Your body might start feeling heavy, or the body might start feeling weak, or you may lose your appetite. So, yes, the body always gives signals, but we need to understand them that there might be a problem.
So, does the kidney give signals if
The
something is wrong?
kidney also gives signals, and
How?
more than half the health issues can be cured without medicines.
Hmm.
We can heal without the medicines. It's not necessary to take Ayurvedic medicines. I will be the third category of Vedyas who treat without medicines. So,
No, but first tell us the kidneys warning signals. If people notice these things in daily life, can they consider them as symptoms of kidney problems?
see, when it comes to kidneys, if someone has high blood pressure or diabetes, they fall into a high risk category where the chances of kidney failure are significantly increased. Such patients should first and foremost keep their blood pressure under check and monitor it. For diabetes, they should check their HbA1c levels to how well it is managed. HbA1c is a 3-month average test. Now, how does the body give signals? If puffiness starts developing under eyes frequently, it might be due to improper kidney function, but this is not always the case. Similarly, if someone experiences swelling in their legs, it indicates that excess water is not being digested properly and it is accumulating in legs. Many patients realize something is wrong. They see the swelling and go to a doctor and realize that their kidneys are not functioning properly. In the same way, some patients experience abdominal swelling, difficulty in breathing. Interestingly, 20% of kidney related cases are diagnosed by dermatologists. The reason is that kidney symptoms are often subtle compared to other diseases. When kidneys stop functioning properly, urea and creatinine levels in the body start rising. When these toxins accumulate in body and fail to get eliminated, itching and skin irritations begin. The kidney's primary function is to filter waste and retain proteins. However, when the kidneys fail, waste remains in the body, leading to various forms of itching and irritation on the skin. Many patients visit dermatologists or skin specialists for this issue, and only after undergoing a kidney function test, that is KFT, they realize in about 20-25% cases kidneys are not working properly.
Oh, so even the skin sometimes indicates that something is wrong.
Absolutely, the skin also tells.
And another common topic of the discussion is kidney stones. Some people have kidney stones. People often say that drinking beer helps in flushing our kidney stones. Is that true?
See, beer is diuretic, which means it helps in increasing urine output. Since it's made from barley water, it can to some extent help flush out kidneys. But then, if I say go ahead and drink beer, many people might take it as an excuse to start drinking regularly. And that's where the real problem lies. If you get addicted, it can be disastrous to the health. So, while beer being a natural diuretic may help in flushing out small kidney stones, it is definitely not a reliable or recommended treatment. It might assist only if consumed in moderation.
Yes, it might happen that the stone get flushed out,
And the
but
liver
then
gets damaged.
the liver gets damaged and you end up stuck in the
Absolutely.
bar. Now, speaking of kidney stones and kidney related problems, you mentioned that many solutions are available in our own kitchen. If we incorporate them into our daily routine, we can manage kidney health. So, before discussing other disease, let's talk specifically about kidney health. What are some household remedies that can help maintain healthy kidneys?
See, many of the spices we use in our own kitchen have been described in Ayurveda for their medicinal properties and its benefits. If someone's kidneys are already damaged, their dietary needs will be different. But if someone just wants to maintain kidney health, then the best option is coconut water. But if kidneys are already damaged, then coconut water should be avoided.
Oh,
If you want to keep your kidneys healthy, you need a natural diuretic which helps flush out toxins from body. And as you mentioned, many things today are adulterated. But coconut water is one thing that cannot be adulterated. If someone tries to mix water in it, it gets spoiled. So it's impossible to adulterate. The composition of coconut water is very similar to that of our own blood. During World War II, when there was a shortage of blood, coconut water was even used for transfusions.
what?
Yes, coconut water is incredibly beneficial for all our bodies. For healthy individuals, it is nothing less than nectar. However, I'm not talking about kidney failure patients, they should not consume coconut water. But for everyone else, it is a pure, unadulterated drink. You
Okay.
can adulterate milk, yogurt, and packaged foods. You can adulterate everything with chemicals and injections, but you cannot adulterate coconut water. This cannot be adulterated, even if you try to do it. That's why drinking coconut water every day, having drinking water daily, is one of the best things for maintaining kidney health for everyone whose kidneys are not damaged. So, these are the things which can be done by people who are healthy, and for kidney patients, there are some small but effective remedies. Punarnava is a great herb that is easily available if kidney patients prepare and consume a decoction kadha of Punarnava and Gokhru. They can experience significant improvement in just 3 months of time. They can get a lot of benefit, a lot of improvement in their kidney health if this is consumed for 3 months. Now, how is it prepared? Boil 400 ml of water until it reduces to 100 ml. Use Punarnava and Gokhru to make the decoction. Consume 100 ml twice a day, once at night before sleeping and once during the day. Always prepare it fresh before consumption. I believe this is one of the best home remedies for kidney patients if taken regularly, using both these herbs.
Another common problem people face is high uric acid levels. Some doctors say that people stress too much about high uric acid in their reports, but if it's not causing gout or any symptoms, then why worry? The body might be producing more uric acid, but if it is not affecting health, does it really matter? Is it this true? And if uric acid increases, what is the treatment?
See, if uric acid is rising, there can be two reasons: either excess uric acid intake in our body or improper flushing of uric acid from the body. Excess uric acid is being taken, then we should consume less of certain lentils and high protein foods. We should also cut down on protein if excess uric acid is being taken. Protein is essential for bodily function, so don't reduce it much. It depends on patient's condition. If uric acid is not getting flushed out, then kidneys are not efficiently flushing out uric acid. We need to check their function. So we need to understand the actual reason, the actual
If
cause.
body is not flushing out, what should we do?
The best natural solution is to drink coconut water, as it is a natural diuretic and helps flush out toxins. Also drink plenty of water, especially in the morning, and don't drink too much of water at the night time. If we do these basic things, uric acid will be flushed out, it will get out of the body. Another important thing is to stay active. If you have a sedentary lifestyle where you sit for long hours, it negatively impacts your health. Even if you have a desk job, you should stand up every hour. We should not do this, otherwise, we will die 10 years younger. Sitting continuously for 2-3 hours without movement can reduce your life expectancy by at least 10 years.
Now, many people hit the gym and take a lot of protein supplements and shake to stay fit. While gym workouts are good for health, are those protein supplements and shakes harmful in any way?
See, when people go to the gym, they focus on exercising and keeping active. That is a very good thing. They take care of your muscle, but the problem arises with supplements. Many gym trainers lack proper knowledge about what supplements to take, how much to take, and when to take them. Many a times, trainers earn commission from promoting certain protein supplements, so they recommend them without any proper guidance. People blindly follow these and start consuming too much protein because they want a big muscular body quickly. Some even use injections or steroids. They don't realize that while they may build muscles very fast, they are damaging their kidneys and their liver. Many protein powders contain hidden steroids in them which help in rapid muscle gain in the body. If your body is bulking up very quickly, chances are you have consumed steroids unknowingly. Steroids cause severe damage to the body, leading to multiple health problems in our bodies. I have seen many young patients who damage their kidneys by over consuming protein powders, unlike older patients who suffer from kidney failure due to diabetes or high BP. These young individuals develop kidney issues simply because they wanted a muscular physique without any proper knowledge or proper guidance. But they created all these problems because of excess consumption of proteins. So the question is building a muscular body more important or staying healthy is more important? What's the point of big muscles if your internal organs are failing you? I'm not against gym workouts. Make a good body, a healthy body. Keep your body fit and flexible. I'm not against gym culture. But protein intake must be controlled. If you're consuming steroids or using injections to build a muscular body, you need to limit it.
How much protein we should take?
You see, protein should come from natural and organic sources. Focus on the plant based proteins which is around you as much as possible. Animal protein increase body toxicity because they contain acid overload which puts stress on the kidneys. For natural protein intake include moong dal, green dal, urad dal, black gram. It's an excellent source of protein. Other lentils and legumes. We have ample natural protein sources.
Tell me this, we have been discussing the kidney so much. But what about its brother right next to it, the liver? The liver is also very important. So, what are the symptoms that indicate the liver is having trouble? How do we recognize that the liver is struggling internally?
Recently, you see, there is a report which came out stating that eating French fries is more harmful than smoking cigarettes now. How is it harmful for you? Because it directly impacts the liver. The fried food you consume, take for example the street vendor making samosas. He fries them once in oil, then fries another 20 samosas in the same oil, and then another 20 in the same. From morning to evening, he continues frying hundreds of samosas in the same oil. Ideally, once something has been fried, the oil should be changed there and then. The same goes for French fries. If you're consuming too many fried foods, your liver will eventually say, no, stop, I can't digest anymore. So, this is very crucial to understand that French fries and other fried foods are damaging our liver. And all the other fried foods we consume also damage our liver, which is
But
usually
how
liked
do
by
we
us.
know when the liver has given up and
One
can
of
no
the first
longer
signs
handle
is that
digestion?
food digestion becomes difficult. Many times, acidity starts forming, and people think it is due to stomach issues, but in reality, it is because the liver is not functioning properly. The stomach starts getting upset. Now, there are two major reasons for an upset stomach: liver is not working efficiently, or many digestive issues are caused by excessive mental stress. People who are constantly working, overthinking, and putting too much strain on their mind often suffer from digestive problems. When it comes to the liver, it starts giving clear symptoms. In these cases, food does not get digested properly in the stomach, acidity increases, and
Acidity
stomach issues
formation.
become very
Hmm.
frequent. Acidity starts increasing, and often SGOT and SGPT levels rise in reports. Bilirubin levels also start increasing. All these things are
Can an increase in
interrelated.
bilirubin and liver problems as well as elevated SGPT and SGOT levels also be caused by stress?
Look, stress is related to the brain and it has hundreds or even thousands of negative effects on our body. But telling someone not to take stress in today's world is truly impractical. Instead, we need to learn how to manage stress. We should dedicate at least half an hour to our body, whether it's brisk walking, spending time in nature, or boosting our metabolism. Sun gazing also helps a lot. Gradually, stress will start coming under control. If you do meditation for just 10 minutes, your stress will remain in check. Just like before starting your day, you do 10 minutes of meditation. It's like sharpening your axe before you cut the wood. You sharpen the
Sharpen
blade.
the blade.
Exactly. Meditation does the same thing. If we start our morning with just 10 minutes of meditation, it prepares us mentally.
That's why you mentioned that Ayurveda follows a holistic approach. It includes meditation as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, I got it. Another concerning trend we are seeing that people are suddenly collapsing due to heart strokes or heart attacks, and in many cases they don't even get a chance to recover within minutes. Why has this increased so much recently, and what can be done to prevent it?
Yes, I have seen many such videos too. There was one where a person was dancing at the idea and suddenly collapsed due to heart attack. The problem is that we are doing things in an unnatural and contradictory manner. For example, people eat and immediately start dancing, then they eat again, then engage in intense physical activity. When we eat, the body directs blood flow to the stomach area to aid the digestion process. If most of the blood is being used for digestion, then there is less blood supply for brain and heart. We should never walk immediately after eating. Ideally, we should wait for at least 20 to 30 minutes before taking a walk. Then you should walk, then there is no problem. The body needs proper blood circulation for digestion. And if you suddenly engage in intense activity like dancing, running, or exercising, the blood flow is focused on digesting the food. This can put excessive strain on the heart, and then it leads to heart attacks. Due to improper blood circulation, these are small little reasons for all these things, but then we do these things daily, and it is not good. We have normalized these harmful habits.
And what can we do at home to keep the heart in better condition, just like you mentioned for the liver and kidneys?
See, the most essential thing for the heart is Arjuna bark. Start taking 1 teaspoon of Arjuna bark powder daily before bedtime. It is one of the best natural remedies for the heart's health. Secondly, focus on your weight loss. Excess weight puts the most strain on the heart because the heart has to pump blood to every part of the body, reaching each cell and tissue in your body. So the excess weight really is harmful for the heart. Now, if we reduce the weight, the pressure on the heart will also decrease significantly.
Absolutely. That's true. Since we are discussing this and you mentioned weight loss, many people would like to know what should they do to lose weight. Some say you should eat every 2 hours, while others say you should eat at longer intervals. What is the right eating schedule? How often should one eat? And what about exercise? Should it be intense, moderate, or minimal? Can you please tell us about it, Dr. Puneet?
So let's go over everything one by one. You should chew your water and drink your food. If you chew your food properly, almost turning it into a paste in your mouth so that it does not put stress on intestines. If food is well chewed, digestion happens efficiently and weight gain is less likely. We will not gain weight like this. Now second, a salivary amylase, an enzyme in saliva, mixes with food when we chew properly. This helps in digestion and prevents weight gain. So, eating slowly and chewing thoroughly is crucial. Third, cut down on the sugar intake significantly. Avoid excessive consumption of sugar in any form. Even small changes like eating slowly, sitting down while eating instead of standing, and eating at fixed times can help with weight control a lot. We often eat impulsively. Just because a new restaurant has opened, we decide to try it even if our body is not hungry. We often eat impulsively even if our body is not hungry. Best time to eat according to Ayurveda is after sunrise and before sunset. Today, people call this intermittent fasting, but Ayurveda has recommended this for 5,000, 10,000 years. If we follow this simple practice, our body will function in a much better manner. The stomach is not a dustbin. The body is not wanting that. Your tongue wants it. You are craving for that food. It is not beneficial for the body.
You have mentioned intermittent fasting. But what about 24-hour fasting, which we call
A
vrat?
fast.
Yes, you are right. What is the effect of vrat in our body? Can you tell us?
You see, Ayurveda has long suggested that we should fast for 1 day a week and eat for the 6 days. Eat for 6 days and fast on the 7th day. Our digestive system, GIT, gastrointestinal tract, it works for 24/7. The digestion time for different foods can range from 4 hours to 24 hours. Hence, depending upon what we eat. When we fast for a day, we give our digestive system, our intestines, and the GIT, the gastrointestinal tract, we give these things time to rest. We give them time to relax.
Like a weekly off.
It's a weekly off for the digestive system, absolutely essential for intestines. If we follow this practice, it will be incredibly beneficial. However, those who need to do intense workouts or have high physical demands may not be able to follow it strictly, but those with a lifestyle that allows it should definitely try it. This concept has been mentioned for over 5,000 years, and if possible, observe a 9-day fast twice a year during Navratri. Many of our cultural traditions exist for health benefits also. When something is linked with faith or religion, it gains wider acceptance. For example, Ekachi fasting once every 15 days is highly beneficial for health. If someone observes two 9-day fasts in 1 year, not only will it be spiritually fulfilling, but it will also bring amazing health benefits for your body.
But a fast should actually be a real fast. I have seen people, especially in Delhi, eating so much during Navratri that it doesn't seem like fasting at all. The so-called Navratri thali in restaurants includes kuttu, puris, kheer, sabji and everything. That doesn't seem like fasting
You're
to me.
absolutely right. Some restaurants even advertise a special Navratri thali.
Exactly.
People claim they are fasting, but they're actually feasting in restaurants.
Exactly. I think so. Two things stand out to me. First, if you are eating so much during a fast, you are not deceiving God, you are deceiving yourself. Second, I see people going to gym, but instead of working out, they are listening to music more than exercising. I wonder who are they fooling? Not their trainer, but themselves. Some even spend their time at the gym watching videos on their phones instead of focusing on exercise. They are scrolling some
They keep
videos.
watching reels.
Yes, people are watching reels. So they are deceiving themselves. That is the thing. And when discussing food habits, an important aspect is veg versus non veg. Is eating non veg harmful to the body?
Absolutely, but about fasting, I want to add one last thing to it. There are two types of fasting. These are nirahar and phalahar. Nirahar means eating nothing, only water fasting. Many studies from the US prove its benefits to good health. The second is phalahar, where you eat fruits only. This is fasting, but eating everything is not fasting.
Which one is more effective?
If your body allows it, you should do nirahar fasting, that is a water fasting, which is best for you. If you can handle it, do it. It depends on the physical and mental strength of the person. Now, phalahar fasting is also very beneficial for your good health. There is no harm in it.
And non veg?
There's a lot of debate on vegetarian versus non-vegetarian food. You see, Ayurveda has a whole section on meat. It is said that Ayurveda and non-veg don't go together. It is contradictory, but consider someone living in Antarctica. They have no choice but to eat non-veg. However, in India, we have ample options because we get sunlight almost every single day. Only around 15 to 20 days a year are cloudy. Due to this, we grow many foods that others cannot grow. In some places, only a few things grow. Maybe mangoes, bananas, oranges, potatoes, and onions. We can grow so many things because we can, because the climate in our country allows it. At some places, there is only onions and potatoes. They just mix them and the diet is done. That's all. Their diet revolves around these two combinations, but we have so many options with us. But what did we do? We just blindly copied the West without thinking anything. If you need to copy, you need protein, there are many vegetarian sources. You should consult a dietitian or doctor to find suitable options. We should not just copy the West without thinking or without putting our brains to it. We should consult a dietitian as to what we can eat and what we should not eat. Meat should be eaten when there is no alternative, or if you live in a place where it is naturally a part of the diet. Like fish in West Bengal, it is naturally a part of the diet. Otherwise, avoiding non-vegetarian food is actually a better option because it has high acid content. Nowadays, you see animals are injected with antibiotics and many hormones. A natural hen lays an egg in 15 to 30 days, but commercially farmed hens, they lay daily due to hormone injections. So you can imagine eating such eggs or meat can actually disturb our own hormones too. And this will not be beneficial for our own health in any manner. If you must eat, prefer free range chicken and eggs. The same applies to milk. Many things are artificially altered. These are all commercial practices which are not good. One must be mindful of these.
I've seen many videos claiming that we don't need to drink milk at all. They say only mother's milk is necessary for our body and cow's milk is not. Some people also argue that no other animals drink milk from another species, only humans do, and that milk is actually harmful to us. Is this true or not? Can you tell us?
Look, we have been drinking milk for a very long time now, and it suits our body, it suits us. We consider the cow as a mother because she first feeds her calf and then provides milk for all of us. That's why we consider the cow as our mother. If you get pure, unadulterated cow's milk and unadulterated and pure ghee, desi ghee, it is an excellent thing for digestion. Ghee is particularly beneficial for digestive fire, that is, the Jata Ragni and gut health. Everyone can safely consume a spoon of ghee.
Ghee.
Yes, ghee and milk both are good. There's nothing wrong with milk itself. The real problem is adulteration. So adulteration is the real cause of problem. Milk is mixed with harmful substances like urea, so urea will only increase in the body. This causes health issues. According to Ayurveda, milk is not harmful if it is from an indigenous or a desi cow, not a Jersey cow. It is milk from a desi cow. The problem arises when we consume packaged milk, which is often from Jersey cows and comes in plastic packs. Originally, milk consumption was a different concept. People used to keep cows at home and consume fresh milk. That kind of milk is beneficial, it is good for our health. Some businesses now supply fresh cow's milk directly to the homes of people, and if it's truly pure and from indigenous cows, it will be greatly beneficial for our health. It will benefit our health a lot.
So that kind of milk will definitely be beneficial, and just like you clarified the facts so well, this conversation will also benefit a lot of people. Dr. Puneet, thank you so much for talking the time. I believe this podcast want to just help people understand the benefits of Ayurveda, but also that Ayurveda is not just about treatment. It's a part of daily life. People will realize how even the smallest things, which we often ignore, play a crucial role in maintaining good health. If you have final message for our viewers.
Many times when we are about to get a fever, we start experiencing early symptoms, what we call as prodromal symptoms like body aches or indigestion. We cannot digest food properly. If at that stage you practice fasting or langhanam param aushadham, fasting is the best medicine. I haven't taken a fever pill in the last 10 years. Try it once. If you fast at the right time, the fever will not develop at all in your body. I request you to try it just once. But what we usually do the opposite. Family members tell us you are feeling weak, eat this, eat that. But at that time, food can actually act like poison. Look at the animals around us. They don't take allopathic medicines or chemical drugs, yet they heal naturally only. They instinctively know when to eat, what to eat, and when to avoid food completely. They know all these rules very well. If you fast when fever symptoms first appear, if you do langhanam, I believe you won't get fever at all. Try it once, you'll see miraculous results.
That's an interesting insight, but if the fever has already come, then of course, medicines can be taken as
Yes,
needed. If
yes.
someone has a 104
In
degree
that case,
fever,
you must
then
take medicine. There
yes,
should be no confusion at that stage. Take the medicine. It shouldn't be
yes,
allowed to
yes.
rise unchecked. So take the medicine.
But when you are just experiencing fever
Yes, when you
symptoms,
have the symptoms of fever,
before it
that's when
arrives.
fasting langhan is effective. After that, after you have fever, you have to take medication. You can use any pathy, but you have to bring down the fever. That's what, that is not the time for experiment.
There is another fever I think many people in our country need to bring down, the fever of blindly believing that Western culture is superior while disgrading our own. Let's work on that as well. Connect with Ayurveda, understand it, and give it a try. See for yourself how beneficial the Ayurvedic system and treatments can be. Nature has given us so much. Let's realize its true value. Dr. Puneet, thank you so much for the
Thank you
joining
so
on
much.
this podcast.
Thank you.
today.
Thank you so much.
How did you find this podcast? Has it influenced your perspective in any way? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you so much. Namaskar.